All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, what is going on? Happy Monday, September the 20th, 2021. We are live. Yours truly, Chris Phillips of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show. As always, appreciate you all tuning in. A lot to get into here on a Monday. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Guys, like I said, lots to talk about, lots to dive into. You guys want to discuss what happened over the weekend. Also, of course, as you see, it's a bad week to be a Wildcat. Very, very bad week. Very bad week. It is Kentucky week. A very, very big one upcoming this weekend at Williams-Brice Stadium. Again, guys, very excited to chat with you here on a Monday. I see Brendan M., Rob Youngson, Cody Gaskins, Chase Travie, Justin, Nick, Scott, Jimmy, Chance, Lindsey Hagler, Tanner Land, Phil, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate you all tuning in. Also, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to the TDC Questions channel to be sure that your questions are answered. Again, that's in the Big Cock Club Discord, the TDC Questions channel. Guys, like I said, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Before we get into everything, guys, I do want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, they're young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item, you're not just a number, you're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. Guys, they're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. They're going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. You get involved in any type of accident, no matter what it might be, the last thing that you should be dealing with and worrying about is dealing with paperwork, dealing with the insurance company. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you, guys. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, guys, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, guys, your one-stop shop. Their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, it's our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Again, guys, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Again, would love to hear from you all. I see Sean O'Brien. Let's see. Phil in the TDC Questions channel in the Big Cock Club Discord says, daily weather report for New Hampshire, 72 degrees and sunny. For lunch, he's having vegan lasagna. Gamecock Rob also said this morning, amazing show this morning. Congrats on the 500 mark. Yes. Podcast dropped this morning, guys. Great show today. Obviously, recapping and breaking down everything that went down over the weekend with the Georgia game. Your listener questions, your comments, early thoughts in Kentucky, as well as a great conversation with Mike Gillespie, good buddy of mine, Mike Gillespie of ABC Columbia. Also, today marked the 500th episode. The 500th episode dropping. And, I'll start there just really, really quickly, guys. Really cool to just kind of stop and be present moment and be in the moment and, realize what an achievement that is. Guys, I vividly remember sitting in my apartment in Charlotte back in April of 2017 with my iPhone headphones in and recording episode 1. You know what I mean? So I think if you'd have told me at that moment, hey, you're going to have a 500th episode, I would have probably said, well, things must be going fairly well if we're recording a 500th episode. And sure enough, of course they are, guys. So again, really cool stuff. Thank you all for the continued love and support. Without your love and support, there's no way we'd have ever made it to 500 episodes, and there's no way we are going to be able to record the next 500 without you. So it's really cool. We're at a really cool point in business right now where, it feels like weekly, right? We're setting a new record, or we're achieving a new milestone, or it's just really, really, really cool. We're really fortunate right now, and it's, like I said, a very, very, very cool time to be a fan, supporter, sponsor, investor, just anyone who loves the Spurs Up show and believes in the vision of what we're doing. It's a really cool time to be a part of it. So appreciate you all, man. I appreciate the love and support, surely. And it's incredible. It's incredible. So, yeah, 500 episodes in. Cheers to the next 500 for sure. Phil also says in the TDC Question channel, let the masochist, I'm assuming that's how you say that. I'm just a humble podcaster, Phil. Let the masochist fans that said we beat Georgia come forward at this time. Bless y'all's hearts. Yeah, hey, listen. We already had Bradley Kane call into the podcast and eat a little bit of crow for his 31-28 prediction. Guys, listen, I was wanting you to be right, but sometimes I wish you guys would listen to me. Sometimes I wish you guys would listen to me a little bit. I don't know. I'm just trying to help you. Elizabeth Ballard, what's going on? Ryan Hobby, good morning. Good morning. Matthew Jones says, I know DJ brought it up in a tweet and you retweeted it, but what was Carolina's defensive back Patel placed so far off on a 3rd and 6? Well, Matthew Jones, here we go. I think here's the reality. We all want our guys to play man coverage and press, but what it tells me is, and again, I could be wrong, but what it tells me is our coaches don't feel our guys are good enough to play bump, press, man coverage. And they need that cushion, guys. That's what it comes down to. So if you want the harsh reality, I think that's what it comes back to. That's why you saw our guys playing off so much. Scott D and Gamecocks played hard. Georgia's loaded. They're the uncrowned national champs. Yeah, I agree with you. Like I said, guys, I was not praising Georgia all week last week because I was enjoying it. I was praising Georgia because they're legit, man. They're for real. John Gibbs says, Chris, I'm going to be honest. I know Georgia was good. Didn't know they were that good. They'll beat Bama this year. Mark it down. Again, John, tried to tell you all week last week, my guy. It's all good. It's all love. Brian Welch says, I love the fact that Beamer went for the 4th and goal late in the game down 40-13. Muschamp would have rather lost 40-16 and kicked a field goal. Yeah, you're probably right. Now, I thought the game was well coached. Again, guys, I know fans, and you see it all the time, especially I'm going to point him out. I'm going to call him out, whatever. But Ritter, right? Panic button Ritter. Fans always want to blame someone or something when things do not go their way. I totally get it. But what happened on Saturday, you cannot blame a coach. You cannot blame a player. You cannot blame a ref. You cannot blame me. You cannot blame a fan. Guys, Georgia they're just better than you. They're just better than you top to bottom. And I don't know if it's fans have a hard time of grasping the way that talent works. But guys, not every football player is a great football player, right? They're not. Just because a kid, and that's the harsh reality that I think fans cannot wrap their brains around, right? Because we all understand the layout of college football and college athletics, and these are amateurs, and I totally understand it, right? I totally get it. A kid picks your school. Have you ever seen guys before South Carolina signed a recruit, and the recruiting services that you guys all follow and love so much told you, they got this kid, whatever. He's a 3-star defensive lineman. Not a bad player, but I don't think it's a great signing for South Carolina. He'll probably never see the field. Have you ever heard them say that? No. On the recruiting trail, it's everybody's great. Everybody's a diamond in the rough. Everybody's this, that, whatever. And the reality, guys, is yes, stars are not everything. Guys develop. There's no question. I'm not saying that, guys. We've seen it firsthand at South Carolina. We talked to Brad Lawing about the recruiting stars and how silly it is a lot of the times. But talent matters. You know what I mean? Talent matters. And Georgia just flat out, and it's not just you, it's 99% of the teams in college football, they just have more talent. They just have more talent. That's what it comes down to, guys. Just because a kid picks your favorite school and he wears your colors doesn't make him a good football player. It doesn't. So I think fans, they do not give enough credit to, hey, Georgia just has better football players than we do. We love our guys too, right? And I had somebody text me yesterday all upset. Guys, I'm going to call it black and white. Our players were not good enough to go beat Georgia. They were not. They're still not. They're not today, tomorrow. Doesn't mean they're bad people. Doesn't mean I would rather roll with any other 22. The guys we got right now, all we got's all we need, right? But that we're not on that level yet. That's not a hot take either. That's not a hot take. We're not on that level. So it's like I said on the podcast that dropped this morning, and I'll tell you right here, if you're still kicking and screaming and moaning about the game, guys, you set improper expectations. It's all on you. It's not on Shane Beamer. It's not on me. It's not on other fans. Not even on the players. It's on you. It's on you for believing that this group we have is good enough and talented enough to go beat a Georgia, because they're not. And I would tell them, just tell them how it is. Hey, I wasn't good enough to pitch at South Carolina. That's just a fact, just a reality. Doesn't mean I'm a bad person, or if somebody told me that, they disliked me, but it's just a fact. Hey, guy in our secondary, you're not good enough to play at Georgia. You're not good enough to go win this game. You're not. That's not a discredit to you as a human being. You can still be a great person. We still love you, but it's a fact. It's just a fact. Hey, probably all 5 of our offensive linemen right now, you're not good enough to start at Georgia, man. You're not good enough to block Georgia's defensive line. It's just a fact. It doesn't mean we dislike you. It's just a fact. So I think most fans for the most part, understood that, and they understood the challenge that was at hand. Nobody marked this game, guys, in the preseason anything other than an L. And I picked it as an L. You picked it as an L. And nobody balked at that pick. Nobody balked at that decision to pick that game as a loss. So it was kind of strange to see some fans' reactions like, what did you expect? Guys, I fully went into that game Saturday night, fair, right, wrong, indifferent. I went in that game expecting for South Carolina to get their brains beat in. And anything less was a victory. Honestly, anything less was a victory. Let's see. SEC Players of the Week just dropped. We had no one. That's not surprising. Waiting on kickoff times. I think kickoff times for next weekend should be dropping like very, very soon, like any moment now, pretty much. So we've got the Troy game following Kentucky. I have to believe that's probably going to be a noon kickoff. I hope it's not, but probably will. Okay, I know I'm rambling. Let me get into your questions here. We got 42 questions pending. Keith says, in the TDC questions channel, I'm fine with the outcome. We never gave up. We kept playing, but the O-line and penalties. I say we lose to Kentucky. Hope we can keep it close. Well, I'm not ready to give a prediction on that game. We're going to talk about it, obviously, and I'll give my prediction later in the week. But it's a huge game. It's a big game. And, yeah, listen, on the positive, I was proud of the way the guys fought. That's what you got to be looking for, guys, in this year one, is the way the culture is changing, a well-coached football team. I understand you're upset with, the penalties. I totally get it. I mean, he's still trying to coach that out of these guys. I can assure you Shane Beamer is not telling guys to go commit penalties and do stupid things on the field. He's not doing that, right? So, hey, it's growing pains. You're changing the culture. It's growing pains. Aaron Hodges, well coached. They look unprepared. Aaron Hodges, you're an idiot. How about that? You're an idiot. There's no other way to put it. You're an idiot. No, it wasn't we were unprepared. Georgia was just better than you. That's it. That's it. I mean, what does that even mean? They look unprepared. How did they look unprepared? Fans just look at a score and say, oh, you lost by 27, you were unprepared. No, that's not the case, bro. They were better than you. That's it. We were unprepared, ready to play. They were just better than you. That's it. That's it. If you can't live with that, so be it, but that's the truth. That's the reality. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of bad penalties. A lot of bad penalties, for sure. Aaron Hodges talking about when they couldn't get the play in. Well, playing on the road in a hostile environment. And, hey, guys, guess what? We talked about this in the preseason. Talk about it today. And this is a great time to bring it up. Shane Beamer is a first-year head coach. He's going to get better. He's going to learn from – guys, he's learning on the job. He's learning on the job. You got to be willing to grow with him, man. You got to wrap your arms around the guy and grow with him. You have to. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. Right? It's like I told you guys in the preseason. 5 years from now, we're going to be winning more games, certainly, but 5 years from now, I guarantee you, Shane Beamer, if you could get him we could get him on the podcast, he's going to look back in 5 years and say, man, I'm so much better of a football coach now than I was in year one. Guys, it's just like anything else. Think of the first year or the first time you did something, and then you've been doing it for 5 years. How much better were you 5 years down the road than you were in year one? It's a no-brainer. So you gotta let Shane Beamer fail. You got to let Shane Beamer make mistakes. You got to let Shane Beamer learn. It's not going to be a 1 year or even a 2 year turnaround, guys. Like, it's going to take time. It is going to take time. Bottom line, you got to let Shane Beamer grow. So there's going to be a lot of things he does in year one, guys, that I guarantee you he doesn't do again, because he's going to learn as he goes. He's going to learn as he goes. Yeah, the Josh Vann penalty was just disgraceful. The Josh Vann penalty was like, bro, you moss a guy. You tell him you can't He said 2 words to him and they throw a flag. Come on, man. I will defend Josh Vann to the end. And I'm normally the first one if they do something stupid to call it out. That was ridiculous, though. That was absurd. John Gibbs says, I'm going to harp more on the stars. I know stars don't matter all the time, but Beamer said it best. They had 5 stars everywhere. I'd rather have 5 stars than 3 stars. Yeah. I mean, John, listen, yeah, stars don't matter. That's all great, but they do. You know what I mean? They do to some degree, John. They do, right? If you don't want to call them stars, then don't call them stars. But to win a game like Georgia, you got to have NFL football players, and we don't have nearly as many, if really any at all, compared to what Georgia has. Tyler, we got a big 4-game stretch upcoming as it is. What are your thoughts on those 4? And if the O-line can get right their wrongs, do your thoughts and predictions change? Tyler, we first off, no, because I expected the O-line to be a strength. So if they go back to being a strength, they're just going to be exactly what I expected. I picked South Carolina to start the season 5-2. So I think right now I'm very well on pace to that. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about my preseason predictions. I think thinking South Carolina's going to go 4-0 in these next 4 is that's just way too aggressive, man. You can't tell me we're not going to have one bad game and slip up. I think out of Kentucky and Tennessee, I think you split. I think you split those 2 games. I think most likely, you should be able to take care of business against Troy and certainly Vanderbilt. So 2-2 at minimum. If you can go 3-1, to me, it's a huge success. It's a huge success, no question. Joshua Jenkins, if we beat Kentucky, we're basically 4-1 because we should beat Troy the next week. I mean, if you beat Kentucky, man, damn, you almost guarantee yourself 6 wins, right? You feel pretty damn good about the possibility of 6 wins. Let's see. Yeah, Key says in the TDC Questions channel, watching Beamer's post-game press conferences, no one took that loss harder than he did. Yeah, I mean, of course, man. Let's see. Have they I'm waiting for freaking kickoffs.
Like Luke Doty looked really good, especially since he didn't play in he didn't play football in a good while, so that's good. Both Josh Vann and Jalen Brooks, they had solid games. Jalen Foster, you can say what you want about the defense in this game, but I still am really proud of his development and how far he's coming. And this week he got a winnable. Uh, yeah, Kentucky's like at in the East, so that's necessarily where you want to be. Of course, you want to win the East, but you would take during these crucial like year 1, year 2, year 3, while you're still trying to get your guys in, change the culture, and still get your guys in, and get the old guys out. Being third in the comp, being the third best isn't nothing wrong. You can hang your hat on that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree. 110%. Yep. Kentucky's built their program up, and it's hard for Gamecock fans to give them any credit, but yeah, you got to get back to beating the Cats on a yearly basis if you're ever going to be a legitimate contender. It's just no doubt. So
yeah, I've heard around people saying that they didn't like when Beamer did the whole they got 500 5-stars, and I was like, he's being honest, and I'm sorry that the honesty hurt, but it's like it was a dumb question. Like, first off, it was a dumb question. And two, is he like? Are we still like? It's like we're still living in the year of Muschamp when they want these magic dance, like magical sticks. Like spoon feed them like these. Like, well, we just gotta watch the film. It just like I love that he just said it. Like, they're just better than us right now, and I appreciated that. And there were some people. I read some places that they were kind of upset about it. I'm like, what do you expect? That he told you the truth? That he told you something you didn't want to hear? I'm like, I don't get you guys. I don't get some of those fans.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. I'm gonna take it off air. I appreciate the call. No, I think he's right for sure. I mean, you gotta respect Beamer's realism. He understood. He understood the challenge at hand. He understood the task at hand, and I respect him being real about it. So that comment didn't bother me at all. Did not bother me at all. So, yeah. I mean, that was just the fact of the matter, guys. They're better than you. They're better than you. That's it. They're better than you. So, just better than you. More talented than you, have more 5-stars, they've just got better players. If you don't want to talk about stars, fine. They got better players, though. Again, I think fans have a hard time grasping what that even means. They got better players than you. That's it. Let's see. Georgia capitalized on all the turnovers. Mark Sharp, we played the second-ranked team in the nation. It's arguably number one, live, learn, and grow, not disrespect as a team. This is a respectable loss. Teammates, some areas we grow from on move to Kentucky. All right, let's jump back to the phone lines real quick. Aaron, fire away. What's up, man?
All right. I got to break with you on they look well coached. That's all.
All right, hey, fire it off. Let's go.
You don't try to get you don't look well coached when you try to get a play in. Then after you don't get the play in, you call a timeout after that. You don't look well coached when you try to throw a bomb when you know your offensive line is the liability from the freaking 1-yard line. You don't look well coached when the strength of your team is the defense and you give up 40 points and just about 500 yards. Yes, Georgia is better. I wanted to see the team. You're right about the expectation. I thought they would fight. I didn't think they would fight once all the starters went out on defense and they scored a touchdown with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They played. It was a solid game. I expected better. I expected a little closer. I was hoping they scored 20, but it didn't happen. I think Shane Beamer's inexperience showed a little this game, and I don't think when I said unprepared, I don't think they were well. I don't think they appeared well coached. You don't get that many penalties, and you don't make that many mistakes. A well coached team does it.
I mean, yeah, I think Beamer is definitely an inexperienced head coach. I mean, it's not, I mean, yeah, he's a first year in his third game, and it becomes a lot harder. Yeah, it becomes a lot harder to coach when the team you're going up against is just that much better than you. But, dude, I guess it just doesn't bother me or stand out because, bro, Georgia was at minimum a 4-touchdown better than us team anyways. What difference would have a perfect coach game made? I mean, who says we don't try to run the ball at the middle on the goal line and get stuff for a safety anyways? I mean, what difference would it have made? I mean, and Beamer took full responsibility. He said I told Satterfield to do that. So, I mean, hey, at least I credit him for you know. I thought we looked ready to play. I don't look at coaching as like, God, we just got out coached across the board. No, they're just better than us. That's it. I mean, defense. Defense, I think expecting the defense to play any better than they did is just setting bad expectations. You knew the secondary was a deficiency coming in the season. The secondary is nowhere near as good as they showed in the first 2 weeks. That's just a fact. So I mean, I fully expected JT Daniels to shred us, to pick us apart, and he did it. So, tip your cap, move on. Kentucky will be a much better test, but Georgia's better than you in every phase facet of the game. They're better than you at every single position unit. They're better than you top 22, top 44. That's it. I mean, it's just it's really hard for me to gauge anything about this team off Georgia because it's like, it's like me 6'2" going up a 6'7" man. I don't care how much fight, determination, and will I have. He's going to whip my ass every time. So I don't care how good of a coach I got. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just that's just the reality, man. So I mean, I know we hate Georgia. We wanted to see South going to beat Georgia, but you're not there right now. So could the coaching have been better? Certainly. Yeah, I think you saw. You're right. I think you saw the inexperience of a first-year head coach and a first-year staff in some of those situations of trying to get a play in. I think what you also saw was Luke Doty, who hadn't played a snap all year, trying to get a play in. So, yeah, there were definitely some loose ends, but it wasn't anything glaring where I was like, wow, we just don't even look ready to play. Like I thought we fought our asses off, but I mean, it's just wasn't enough. So you move on, you live and you learn, and get better for Kentucky, who you're much, much closer to being on their level than Georgia, and that's for sure. So
I think that's where Kentucky has the advantage because I don't think Kentucky has some sort of a big talent advantage over South Carolina. But if we put coaching, Mark Stoops, I think Mark Stoops is one of the better coaches in the conference. The talent, trying to attract talent, which is also a part of coaching, trying to attract talent to Kentucky is going to be difficult for anyone in the country not named Saban or Kirby Smart. It's just going to be difficult to.
Well, and I would say this to your point, by the way. You mentioned that the matchup this weekend against Beamer versus Stoops. Who would you favor Beamer over at all in the SEC? I mean, Beamer's never been a head coach. I mean, he's learning on the job. I mean, this is what you signed up for. So you just got to buckle in and wrap your arms around the guy and say, hey, Shane, we're going to let you fail and learn, man. Like, we're in this thing for the long haul. Like, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice.
I think that could be I think that can be an issue if the game is close. If he doesn't have a talent advantage. We all want to see him succeed, but it's just when an honest observer outside of Columbia or outside of the Gamecock fan base would be, I don't know, they would be leery.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that's a fair opinion. I mean, I'm not saying that's an unfair opinion. I guess, again, where I just fall on it is, I think Shane Beamer I just kind of realized he is a first-year head coach. Again, I haven't seen anything that's been glaring where I'm like, God, Shane Beamer just looks like he's in over his head and he shouldn't be a head football coach. But, yeah, dude, I mean, listen, there's nothing that prepares you for, hey, what happens when it's I don't know, it's 20-18 in the fourth quarter and we got 4th and 2 at their 40-yard line. Does he punt? Does he go for it? Does he kick? Like, you don't know that until you get in that situation. So, and that's where you kind of am I a great coach or am I an average coach or am I, you know what I'm saying? So, like, we don't know. We just don't know. I mean, right now, Mark Stoops, who's been there 9 years, he knows a lot more probably right now than Shane Beamer does. I would sure as hell hope so. I mean, he's been doing it for a while. So, I think you just got to let Beamer grow and evolve. And if there's growing pains, there's going to be growing pains all across the board, man. So I think you just got to buckle up and, hope that he's a good coach more often than not and that you can win games that way. But you're right. Only time will tell.
Like I said, man, we all want him to succeed. But as of today, right now, I think the South Carolina team is as talented or a little more talented than Kentucky. It's just the coaching aspect would make me just slightly tip that game into Kentucky's column. But this game is at home, and we're gonna see what the fans are made of, and we're gonna see how this team. This is a big weekend because we can actually see how this team responds after getting punched in the face.
That's 100% fact. I agree with you. Yeah, that's one of the big reasons I'm looking forward to it so much. Absolutely. Yeah, good stuff. No, great call. Listen, great call. Great call. I respect it. I don't really worry about Shane Beamer, though, and his coaching ability. I didn't think we looked like a poorly coached team Saturday by any means, but he's a first-year head coach. And I will tell you this, though, to the caller's point, when he said South Carolina is as talented, if not more talented, than Kentucky, I definitely think that's fair to say, but I will say Kentucky has done, and it's not even debatable, they've done a much, much better job developing talent than South Carolina has. Again, I said this in the preseason last year, and fans just, some fans lost their mind, right? Lost their mind when I said that Mark Stoops is everything Will Muschamp is not, in the sense of, Stoops has built a culture. That's what he's done at Kentucky. He's built a culture. He's built a system, and they go recruit guys. You look at the recruiting rankings. Kentucky's not better than South Carolina in recruiting. But they've gotten guys in there that fit their culture, fit their scheme, fit their system, believe in what they're doing. They buy into Kentucky football, and they develop the hell out of them. And that's just what South Carolina hadn't done the last 5 or 6 years because of the previous regime. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Phil says in the TDC Questions channel, can't beat ourselves this week, all the penalties, et cetera, and expect to win this game against Kentucky. I'd agree. That's got to improve. Penalties in the offensive line. Got to improve. Got to get better. Sperminator, don't you think we showed other teams Georgia's weakness? What was their weakness? I mean, I guess the downfield passing game, but I think one of the big reasons we were successful there is because Georgia was stacking the box and just daring us to throw. I don't leave that game Saturday feeling like, oh man, we really exposed Georgia in this area. I think Georgia's just pretty solid across the board, man. T-Noel28 says Luke Doty's QB1. It's not even close. The debate has been settled. Zeb won't ever play another meaningful snap again, barring another injury from Luke. Drop the mic, T-Noel. I'd agree with you. Listen, I appreciate Zeb Noel and everything he's done. I hate to see his time at South going to end with an injury the way it did, but I mean, it's just a no-brainer, bro. And I ran the poll yesterday of who should start at quarterback against Kentucky, and fans were like, why would you ask this? Why would you ask? And I'm like, the reason I did is because I'm like, well, I want the people that still think Zeb Nolan to voice their case, because I totally respect everyone's opinion, but if you really, truly in your heart of hearts think Zeb Nolan is this team's option, you just want to dislike Luke Doty at that point. You really do. You really, really do. Luke Doty's QB1, it's not even close. It's not even close, bro. Brack says, one thing I like was the fire in Shane Beamer. He was going off on the coaches, but not the players. That's how it should be, in my opinion. I mean, if the situation calls for it, then yes, get on the players, but you got to hold the coaches accountable and let that shit roll downhill. Phil says we need to mimic UK and Mizzou for the next couple of years in terms of culture, success against the odds, doing more with less, and belief. That's hard to hear for people, but those people are living in the past. Yeah, I mean, it's very hard for Gamecock fans to give Kentucky any type of credit. I get it, but it's very hard. It's very hard for us to do so. Sorry, guys, I'm just playing with volume levels here on the microphone. So, again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let's see. Let's see. Got to block to be able to throw the deep ball. You are correct. Got to be able to block to throw the deep ball. No doubt. No doubt. Nard says, where is Joyner? Just trying to make plays. Nard says the secondary is overhyped. No, they're not. The secondary was never hyped. Who hyped them up? I didn't. I gave them a D- coming in the season, bro. I did not hype up the secondary. Nope. Nope. Skyland, you got to be able to block through the deep. Oh, yeah, I just said that. Yeah, for sure. Brendan M says, Arkansas got the culture down pat. We got to mimic that. And, guys, again, you're seeing that, though. That's what I feel most confident in. Like, you're seeing that happening. You're seeing the culture being built right now. You know, when you hear a comment, when you hear a quote like Josh Van said after the game, when he said, you know, when Shane Beamer was hired, that I refound my love of the game of football. When you hear something like that, things are positive things are happening in the building, guys. Positive things are happening in the building. No question. No question. I feel great about the culture. I feel great about what Shane Beamer's doing behind closed doors. And that's, guys, what year one's all about. You can kick, scream, bitch, and moan. You can do that. But, guys, year one, I hate to tell you, it's really not about a win-loss record. I mean, I want to get to 6-6 or better. Obviously, we all do. But it's really not. It's really not. It's about laying the foundation, building the culture. That's what it's about. That's really what year one's all about. We could go 6-6, but if the culture's not changing, we failed. We failed. That's it. Nard, aren't you a Clemson fan saying the UGA secondary is overhyped? I would pipe down if I were you, my guy. Also, I saw AJ Bowers' comment earlier that said, we could start 6-1 going into A&M. And listen, you're right, but AJ Bowers, you specifically, man, I hate to call you out, but dude, you have overshot Carolina all season long in my comments. So maybe you should, maybe this is a lesson for you after 3 weeks to kind of reel in the predictions, because I mean, my man AJ Bowers week after week after week has been garnet glasses, sunshine pumping, ridiculous prediction type of shit. Like, reel it in. Listen to yours truly. Reel it in. Just be patient. Be realistic. Don't overshoot the thing. That's all I'm saying. Been doing that all season. It's all good. It's all love, AJ. I love your passion, but come on now. Let's see. Randall Mathis, what's the deal with Jenkins and Ortre? EJ Jenkins is an FCS receiver trying to adjust to the SEC level. And guys, Ortre Smith, I told you in the preseason, Ortre Smith, just unfortunately, I think buried on the depth chart and just, yeah, so. Pipe it down, my guy. Pipe it down. Let's see. Carolina Titan culture and player development is what we need to get right. Indeed. Trad says, Chris, did you see the video of Muschamp seeing the players after the game? And he asked Van why he's playing good now. He said, they finally gave me the ball. Yeah, no, I did see that. That was funny. I wonder how Muschamp felt. Michael Edwards, will the O-line ever get better? They better. They better. You're not going to beat Kentucky if they don't. Bottom line. You're not going to beat Kentucky if you can't block anybody. So, and you think about it, man, looking ahead to this Kentucky game. You've lost 6-7 to them. And the reason, really the main reason, in my opinion, that you've lost 6-7, they have physically whipped you on the line of scrimmage. Flat out. They have dominated you on the line of scrimmage. So, if you can't win at the point of attack, if you let Kentucky whip you again, you will lose again. That's it. Bottom line, that's it. That's where this game will be won. I know it's boring. I know it's it feels elementary to some people, but that's where this game will be won, in the trenches. That's it. That's it on both sides. If you can't block, you don't have a chance. You do not have a chance if you cannot block. Carter Bingham says, Chris, you saw what our boys Jay Brown and Jenkins did Saturday night. Legends. Yeah. Yeah. Legends. J-Rock Media, I think we can beat A&M this year. They ain't looking so great. Matter of fact, I got the Hogs on the money line this weekend. Let's beat Kentucky first, my guy. Let's beat Kentucky first. I agree with you, A&M. They lose their quarterback, whatever. Let's beat Kentucky first, though. Let's see. Yep, games won and lost in the trenches. Yeah, Luke RJ. I saw the Chris Clark tweet. Yes, I think like 20 people have commented that. Yes, I saw the Chris Clark tweet. I saw it. Yes, I saw it. I understand. They're very good. I told you last week, all week, they're very good. Just because finally Chris Clark tweeted it, oh, God, you were right. They are good. Yeah, no shit. Told you all week. Told you all week they were good. So, no kidding. No kidding, they're good. I harped on it all week. So, yeah, they're good. I promise you guys, I'm not as full of shit as I look. I'm really not. I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass. Let's see. Robbie Davis says, what's up, Chris? Rome was not built 1 year It's going to take 3, maybe 4 years, but I'm behind Shane Beamer 100%. Glad your mom's doing much better. Thank you, Robbie. I appreciate it. Yeah, got to give Shane Beamer time, my friend. I'll say this. You can tell the culture's changed dramatically for the better, even in Shane Beamer's first year. Yes, I agree. Jay Saab says, and this was Sunday night, he says, simply put, the O-line played pathetically. I took time to rewatch the game. Today, we had linemen letting Georgia through with no resistance, then went on to block air pass pro against imaginary defenders. It was so disgraceful. How does that happen with the majority of the linemen returning? Is it coaching, lack of coaching from Atkins? It can't be new schematics because these guys are simply getting beat by the man backer directly in front of them. This has been happening all 3 games, so I really can't buy the unbelievable UGA's defenders being hard to block. Dude, yeah, I hate to tell you, I think it does come down to schematics. I think it does come down to a new system and a new scheme, and there's just a lot of miscommunications right now, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know either, guys. I don't know either. I don't understand it either. I don't understand either. You know what I mean? So we have all the same guys from last year on the offensive line that paved the way for a 1,000-yard rusher in Kevin Harris. Doesn't make sense. Let's see. Ridge Alford, several good takeaways from this game. We've established that Josh Vann is the go-to guy. Indeed, absolutely. Hopefully that's going to free up some of the other guys. Defense is tough and physical. Keep building brick by brick. I agree. Aaron Hodges on Ortre Smith. If you haven't done anything in 4 or 5 years, you rarely ever. Yeah, dude, Ortre Smith, my stock was sold before the season. That ain't going to change. I mean, I hate to say it, guys. Everybody had these high hopes, these crazy hopes because of what he did in 2017. But realistically, man, Ortre Smith's just not that guy anymore. That's just it. Bottom line, that's it. Travis Lee, let's compete with Kentucky, Tennessee, and Mizzou before we get butt hurt losing to Georgia, Clemson, and Florida. Bingo. Luke RJ, do you have any good voicemails sent to the show after the game? Yeah, listen to the podcast. You'll hear them. Kevin C. going to be a tough day in the meeting room for the offensive line. Yeah, dude. Whew. Some guys on our offensive line I feel bad for in film study. I can't even imagine being in that film study with those guys. Yikes. Guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, comments, calls. We are rolling here on a Monday, September the 20th, 2021. Again, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Appreciate the love. Continuing to take your questions, comments, and calls on the other side of the break. Guys, you're tuned in to the Daily Crow. why I'm so excited. Kickoff times just announced. Carolina Troy, 3:30 on the SEC Network. Let's go. Thank God for no noon kickoff. Oh, my goodness, I'm fired up for that. The Shane Beamer effect. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Let's go. God, I love that. And, dude, honestly, I'm a huge fan of the afternoon kick. So that's perfect. That's perfect, dude. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Absolutely love that. Let's freaking go. Sorry, guys. We're just getting this post up here real quick. Still taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. Let's see. I want to hear from some of y'all that were picking Carolina to win or lose close. I want to hear from y'all. What y'all got to say here on this Monday? Dude, let's go 3:30 kick. Let's go. Love that. Love that. Little 3:30 kick at Willie B. All right, here we go. Let's jump back to the questions. Daniel Johnson says all these doom and gloom fans need to chill. They're acting as if we just lost to the Citadel, not a bunch of 5 stars, powerhouse number 2 team in the country. Yeah. Another text. How do you feel about the play of Luke Doty? I thought Luke Doty played fine. Did he play perfect? No. Asking him to play much better than he did with that offensive line, the way they blocked for him, I mean, I think he did about a damn near as well as he could with what he had. All right, let's jump back to the phone lines real quick. Justin, what's going on, man? How are you?
Not much. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well. Appreciate you asking. Fire away, my friend.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, I went to the Georgia game on last Saturday. Yeah, I had a good time, but I did not like the outcome. What can we do, boy?
I mean, Georgia's just good, man. I know that's fans want to blame somebody, bro, but sometimes you just gotta look at the man across from you and say, you know what, you're just better than me today, and you're just better than me in general. So, that's it. Bottom line, period, point blank. You tip your cap and you move on to the next week. That's it. That's it.
Oh yeah. Hey, Chris, listen, hey, Chris, I finally stock out, but hey, Chris, we know Shane Beamer, he gotta go quit the Jimmy Jones, because if you look at Georgia, they got a bunch of 5-stars on D. That's stuff we don't have right now. So
yeah, you gotta have the Jimmies and Joes, man. Again, that's why the caller earlier, talking about coaching, and coaching's important. Don't get me wrong, man, but you got to have the players. You got to have big time players, and I love our guys right now. I love the guys we're rolling out there with, but we don't have enough big time players to beat a Georgia. We just don't. And if that hurts your feelings, tough shit, because that's the facts. So got to go recruit big time players. You got to give Shane Beamer time to go get them. So.
Yep. Hey, Chris, like you said, man, we can't bitch him more. Suck up,
Yeah, I mean, you just got to again, nobody in the preseason picked Georgia as a win. So I don't know why anybody would be upset. Really. I had a buddy of mine text me during the game. He said, man, I'm so nervous. I'm like, why? Why? I mean, my expectations are fully we're going to lose and probably look bad doing so. So anything less than that's a victory. I mean, I had no nerves going in that game. So.
Yeah, me neither, Chris, because listen, look, we'll probably lose Georgia anyway because, look, if you look at it, look, this will be East State, East Carolina. And you know what? And Chris, think about this. We know our secondary is going to get exposed by Georgia. We knew that.
Yeah, we knew that. So we'll be fine. Like I said, Georgia, we're not on their level. It's okay. It's fine. We'll be fine. Move on. And this weekend will be a much, much greater measuring stick for where we are as a football team.
Oh, yes. Yep. Well, Chris, that's all I have to say, man.
Justin,
I
appreciate it, man. I'm glad you had a good time, safe trip from going to Athens and back. And, we're going to be out at the tailgate this weekend if you want to swing by again. So we'd love to see you.
Okay.
So, all right, Justin, take care, my friend. We'll talk soon.
You too.
All right, man. Later. Good stuff, guys. 843-790-3377. So, quick reminder, guys, the TSUS tailgate. Very, very excited for the TSUS tailgate. We'll be back out at Seawells this weekend. Spots 93 to 96. right down the road from Jay's Corner and across the street from the Rocket and the Fairgrounds. Also, of course, the TSUS and Big Cock Club flags will be flying. You literally cannot miss it. Again, going to be a really, really good time. We're going to be out there like noon, guys. We're going to be out there at noon. Going to be incredible. Going to be a really, really good time. Like I said, very, very much so looking forward to it. Would love to have you guys come join us. Going to be a lot of fun. All right, jump out of the phone lines here real quick. Phone lines are ringing off the hook as expected on a Monday. Skyland, what's going on, my man? You excited for those open scrimmages for Carolina baseball or not?
Oh, I definitely am.
Yeah, I think I might have to catch one or two. I don't know. Might have to do it.
Get some video of Julian Boston. They say he's the best hitter in the fall.
Got to go see the best hitter in the fall, Julian Bosnick. That is a fact. That is a fact. I need to see it with my own. I need to see it with my own two eyes before I believe it.
They say he's the best hitter. You want to see him at DH, bro.
Yeah. So.
Give me your personal opinion as me as a Gamecock fan, because fans are blowing me up for calling out our offensive line. The same text I sent you Saturday night, I posted in some Gamecock groups, and fans do not like what I have to say about the offensive line. So what is your personal opinion on me as a Gamecock fan?
I mean, I think you're just calling it like you see it. And I just think, the offensive line's been trash first 3 weeks. There's no other way to put it. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Give Georgia all the credit in the world, but I mean, the offensive line's been bad. You know, after week 1, I gave us the benefit of the doubt, right? I made the excuse of, just we're knocking the rust off, first game of the season, no big deal. Then East Carolina comes around. You ran for 2.8 yards per carry. And I said, fans said, well, we're just playing down to our competition. ECU was stacking the box. Like, okay, fine. Then you go into the third game of the season, and you look terrible. I mean, you didn't look bad. You look terrible. You look terrible. You're lucky Luke Doty is healthy right now. Like, that's how bad you look. So, and then you average 2.8 yards per carry. Again, you had 8 rushing yards at halftime. So, your offensive line's just been bad. They've been bad. So, I think you're just calling it like you see it, and I'm saying the same thing.
And another thing is people are saying, my bad, Chris, I didn't make a job.
No, you're fine.
The offensive line wasn't that good last year, but man, my comeback is, you had to do something because you had the SEC leading rusher on your team that can't even get a yard now.
Hey, do this. This will make them change their tune real quick and probably make them be quiet. Okay, you want to say the offensive line wasn't great that year? Well, was Mike Bobo just that superior play caller then? Was he just that good? I bet they won't go that far. I mean, should we give all the credit to Mike Bobo? Was he a genius play caller and none of us realize it?
Maybe on the run scheme he was. That run, he knew how to throw up a run.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it was Mike Bobo. Maybe we should give more credit to Mike Bobo. God forbid. Oh my goodness. Gamecock fans say, nah, never mind. Nah, to hell with Mike Bobo.
Other people want to throw. It's number 2 Georgia. Shut the hell up. I get it. It's number 2 Georgia. I'm fine with getting blown out by Georgia. We talk almost every day personally, and we told each other it's not even going to be close no matter what you do.
Right.
It wasn't, but the fact of the matter was, what about EIU and ECU?
Oh yeah, no, it's not just it's not a one game problem. It's not a one game problem. That's the point. It's not a one game problem. Mm-hmm.
And if we don't fix that, we're going to get beat by Kentucky.
I'd agree.
Because all offense cannot, you cannot throw it. Luke Doty cannot run for his life back there. Even though I'm proud of Luke Doty, I'm glad to say it. I was not a Luke Doty fan. I was not. But now I'm convinced that man has worked his ass off. The Joker come out there, passing looked a whole lot better than last year. I mean, I'm 100% on Luke Doty's train now. I think he's better than Zev Nolan. I think.
Well, I mean, and I think if the O-line's going to be as porous as they've shown, you have to have a guy like Luke Doty back there. You don't have a choice.
Yes, I agree. But I was not a Luke Doty fan, and now I feel like Luke Doty's the guy.
Yeah.
His ball looked a whole lot better, even though he overthrew some wide receivers. But I mean, he had no choice to get rid of the ball.
I mean, it's going to happen. You throw enough, you're going to miss some of them. I mean, it just happens. It happens.
But the O-line has 80 combined starts. You're only missing Shadarius Hutchinson off that offensive line. There's no reason you should be that bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've looked bad. There's no question.
You're the most experienced
part of the football team
Mhm.
that held an SEC leading rusher, and you rushed over 2,000 yards last year.
Mhm.
You have right under 400 for the season right now.
Mhm. Yeah.
There's no, and you can't get nobody going. Nobody.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is it the scheme to you? What do you think? Is it the
I don't.
scheme?
I think you have to say it's coaching, man. It's the scheme and a new scheme, a new system. I mean, what has changed? The only thing that's changed is the scheme and the system and the coaching staff. Everything else has remained consistent. The players are back, so it can't be a talent issue. It cannot be is it Greg Atkins? Is it Satterfield? I don't know. Is it our guys just not picking up the system? I don't know, but it's got to be a lot better than
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm a full believer in Shane Beamer. I love what he's doing. I'm a full believer in Clayton White and that defensive staff because the defense does look better, even though they got blown out. It does look better. Even it does. They flying around, and you just got 40 put up against you. It's okay, but you expect that. It's number 2 Georgia, and you got wide receivers playing DB. You got D2 talent on the defensive staff trying to fill their holes. But the offensive line, I cannot give a pass to. It's right before halftime on the 1 yard line. You call a play action pass. For what reason? Because your offensive line hasn't blocked the whole game. Why would they block for that play action pass? And Beamer said, "Oh well, I call match protect. We had eight guys blocking and only a 2-man route, and they still got to you."
Right.
I don't know if you watch the coaches show in the morning with Todd Ellis on Sunday morning where they show the highlights. On that play, Todd Ellis asked Beaver what were they doing there. He said, "Well, we were just trying to get out the end zone, and I called match protect, and it had a 2-man route, and they had 8 guys blocking, and they still got to us easily."
Yeah.
So, well,
Skyline, I appreciate the call, man. Really good stuff. No, I think you're on the money, man. But I appreciate the call. So.
Yeah. One more thing.
Yeah.
To the fans, just because Clemson only scored 3 and we put up more than 3 does not make us better than Clemson.
Right.
I'm tired of hearing people say, "Well, we did more than Clemson did versus Georgia." No, you didn't. No, you didn't. We scored against second stringers and third stringers. Georgia, Clemson really only scored 3 points against each other. The other one was a pick 6.
Mm-hmm.
We did not do more than Clemson did versus Georgia.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. Well, have a good day, bro.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. We'll talk soon. 843-790-3377, guys. It's 843-790-3377. Brian D says it could be worse. At least we're not struggling like Florida State. Yeah, they got a slew of problems down there at FSU, don't they? Let's see. Back to the TDC questions channel. Brack says Georgia's a great team. There are so many good things to take away from that game. Doty can throw. Who knew? Our defense isn't bad at all. The most important thing is how these guys act towards one another. They celebrate as a team. You can see the difference in the players between last year and this year. We need some big recruits and more depth. I feel like the coaching and culture's there. Just need dudes. Yeah, that's the goal of year 1, Brack, and I agree with you 110%. Is just instilling the culture, laying the foundation. And then from there, you got to go get big-time ball players. That's it, bottom line. It takes big-time ball players to win big-time games. And when you're in Athens against Georgia, that's a big-time game. You got to have big-time ball players. Brendan M., how long to the first noon game? How long until the first 5:45 a.m. downbeat? I don't know. That's a great – I mean, maybe Vandy at home, maybe. I don't know. But, hey, depends. If you keep winning, the games will be late. Phil says, if Luke Doty was healthy enough to go into the game when Zeb got hurt, then why was he healthy? Why was he not healthy enough to start? Why the hell didn't that happen? I'm on the Shane train, but why was the coaching staff dicking Luke and us around? Phil, I don't know. I'm not going to make that cause a huge scene over that question, but I do agree with you. It's confusing. I'd agree with you. The only thing I can think is maybe they just wanted to give Luke as much time as possible to get back to 110%. But yeah, I tend to agree with you. It was frustrating. It was frustrating kind of going to that game and wondering, like, why is this the case? But whatever. Water under the bridge now. Brack says, I hope we get to go to the game this weekend early enough to meet some of you and all. And Chris, ready to go to my first home game in 4 years. Finally, no longer working on the weekends. Yeah, Brack, we'll be at the tailgate. Seawells, spots 93 to 96. Dre Picasso says, I'll never forgive Bobo for making Ryan leave us. Let's just not even start that conversation today. Let's see. Somebody asked earlier, I forget who it was, But yes, I will be at SEC Nation. So SEC Nation going to be live 10 to noon. Yours truly is definitely going to be out there. And if you don't think that TSUS, the presence of TSUS is going to be felt at SEC Nation, you're crazy. TSUS and Big Cock Club flags will be flying. I'm also planning on making a sign or two for old SEC Nation. We're going to have us a damn good time on Saturday morning and just Saturday as a whole. I can guarantee you that. Again, 843-790-3377, guys. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls. Will Sean O'Brien TSUS flag at SEC Nation? Yes. That's what I just said, Sean. Yes, I'll be flying the flags, man. I will have the flags, yes. And the Big Cock Club flag. Who knows? We might go viral. Who knows? You might go viral with the Big Cock Club flag. Let's jump back into our, I think we got a couple of texts here. We got a text. How do you think we should approach this Kentucky defense? I watched the Kentucky-Mizzou game, and yes, Kentucky has an electric offense at times. However, Mizzou adapted and spread the field and threw it all over them. Would you expect the offense to be more pass-heavy, especially with the O-line struggles in the run game? I mean, it's so tough to say, because I feel like you need to establish the running game. That's supposed to be the strength of your football team. That is supposed to be the strength of your football team. There's no excuse for you not to run the football effectively. None. It makes no sense. There's no excuse. So, how would I attack Kentucky? I guess if you have to throw it, you have to throw it. But ideally, you'd run the football and be balanced. Ideally, you'd lean on your running game. But hey, I'll tell you this. If Kentucky stacks the box on you, if they want to stack the box and load at the box, well, you got a guy on the outside now in Josh Vann that can make plays. So, hey, they want to stack the box and leave you with single coverage, one high safety, well, make them pay for it. How about that? Make them pay. Breaking 7, he says, have you guys talked about the offensive line yet? Trust me, Breaking, that was one of the first topics brought up. He says, man, I think there needs to be some changes. Your thoughts? I think I don't disagree with you in regards to do you shuffle guys around? You got to do something. You got to do something. You got to do something, man. So you got to do something. You have to do something. You just can't go into Kentucky with the same game plan, with the same 5 guys, and, just hope and pray to God something different happens, right? You got to do something. You got to do something. Bottom line. Again, guys, in case you missed it, South Carolina Troy next weekend, slated for a 3:30 kickoff at Williams-Brice Stadium. J-Rock Media says, I say we shred Kentucky through the air. We held our own against Georgia, and they ain't Georgia. So if they stack the box here, yeah, take whatever the defense gives you. I know that's such a coach speak answer, but take whatever the defense gives you. Take whatever the defense gives you, no doubt. Again, guys, quick reminder, if you have not done so, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 500, the big 500 dropping this morning, breaking down everything with the Gamecocks game against Georgia over the weekend, as well as a fantastic conversation with my good friend Mike Gillespie of ABC Columbia. Really, really good stuff. And again, guys, I want to say thank you all so much for the continued love and support. I don't know if you guys saw it. I posted on my personal accounts, but, we've got the new microphone. Obviously, I've actually put the old microphone in a shadow box. We have enshrined the old microphone in the studio. I actually had somebody DM me. They're like, yeah, you selling the microphone? I'm like, bro, no, absolutely not. Recorded episodes 51 to 498 in the old microphone. So we've got that enshrined in the studio. But again, seriously, guys, thank you so much for the continued love and support. And you guys rocking and rolling with the content, rocking and rolling with everything we do, man. Without you guys, there's no way we could have ever gotten to episode 500. And like I told you guys earlier, for those who really, truly believe in the vision and believe in TSUS and what we're doing and what we're building and, just what we're all about, those who continue to rock with us, this is a really, really cool time to be a fan of and be someone who supports and shows love to TSUS, because we are there's a lot of, it feels like weekly, almost daily actually, we are setting records and approaching and hitting milestones. And it's really, really, really cool. A lot of the hard work we've been putting in day after day after day, month after month after month, you're really starting to see, fruits of the labor are starting to pop up, on a daily basis. And it's really, really cool, man. So again, I appreciate you all. I appreciate the love and support, man. It's almost overwhelming. I'm a little bit beyond words. It's incredible. It's incredible. So thank you all. Thank you. Jimmy says, let's start bidding for the mic. Yeah. I'm curious what people would start with when it comes to bidding for that, because that's something so sentimental, guys, that I would not let it go for cheap. I can tell you that much. Would not let it go for cheap. Carolina Titans says, I trust Beamer. He wants to win, and it shows the passion he displays. Something as small as him sprinting to tell the wide receiver to get off the field tells me all I need to know. We got our guy. Give him time. That's it. All aboard the Shane train. Give him time. Give him time. Give him time. That's it. He's going to do great things, guys. He's going to do great things. And hey, listen, I'm not going to be the guy. I talk with you, not to you, right? But on that note, I will say to some of you, hey, I don't know if it's because I've gotten lucky or I just know this football team very well at this point, but yours truly has been pretty damn spot on week after week after week when it comes to score predictions, when it comes to this football team as a whole, strengths, weaknesses, calling the Vegas line. I told my buddy yesterday, hey, Kentucky's going to be a 4.5 or a 5-point favorite. Sure enough, there you go. Great Bisbee took Spurrier time. It'll take Beamer time. Yeah. Yep. It's going to take time, guys. It does not happen overnight. Again, I think the biggest disconnect for fans is they just don't understand. Maybe they don't want to understand. Maybe they don't want to understand. But they don't understand that, listen, changing the head coach is great. And Shane Beamer is changing the culture. He's changed the attitude. There's no doubt. We see it. But he's changing the culture. He's changing things in the building. But guys, just because you change your head coach, it's still the same players from a roster that want to combine 6 games the previous 2 seasons. That did not change when you hired a new football coach. You got to give him time to get new players. You got to give him time. And I'll tell you this, guys, again, if you're somebody out there, I chatted with one yesterday. If you're somebody out there that's going to take a comment like that personally, I love our players. There's no 22 I'd rather roll with this season than who we got. All we got's all we need. But call it for what it is. Call a spade a spade. We don't have good enough players right now to win a game like that against Georgia. If that hurts your feelings, this ain't the show for you. I guess tough shit. It's just not. Like I said, nobody sugarcoated it to me when I was told, hey, you're not good enough to play Division I college baseball. And I didn't take it personal. It's like, you know what? You're right. That's it. It's nothing personal. Nothing I ever say, by the way, guys, is personal. But it's just the reality. Sugarcoating and pretending like, oh, man, we're good enough to beat Georgia. We just had a bad night. No, you're not. You're not good enough to beat Georgia. You don't have the horses in the stable. You don't. Bottom line. WD40 says Kentucky will be within 7 points, and with Doty, I think we score at least 35. What do you say, Chris? I'm honestly, WD40, I'm not ready to make a prediction yet. It's only Monday, of course. We're going to talk about this game more and more as we go throughout the week, but I can tell you, I'm not ready to lock in a prediction yet. Not even close. J-Rock Media, do you feel Beamer will end up leaving a bigger and more successful legacy than Spurrier at Carolina? That's such a tough question to answer, man. That's something really hard to answer and hard to predict. I'm not, what Steve Spurrier did cannot be taken lightly. I don't know that South Carolina will ever win 11 games 3 straight years in a row. I don't know that that's possible. I don't know if it'll happen. Jimmy says, where can you catch the Todd Ellis Beamer recap show? I think it should be on YouTube. Tyler Noel, here's something I've pondered a lot. How much of it is the players or the lack of development from the previous regime? It's both. Yeah, it's both. No question. It's both. No doubt it's both. Taylor Novinger, over under 4 wins. Taylor, I picked 6-6 in the preseason. We're right on schedule for what I picked. I picked us to start 2-1. We're 2-1. So, hey, I picked us to lose to Kentucky in the preseason. In the preseason now, again, that doesn't mean that does not lock in my prediction for Friday, but I predicted us to start 2-2. and then also start 5-2 on the season. So that's one of the things I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm a little worried about for this weekend in regards to the fan base. Because if this is a huge game for many reasons for South Carolina, but it's a huge game for Shane Beamer and company. Because if the Gamecocks lose, if South Carolina loses this football game, you know for a fact there's going to be so many fans that say, oh, here we go again. Shane Beamer's not a good head coach. Here we go again. Here we go again. They're not going to want to give Kentucky any credit. They're going to say, oh, here we go. We're destined for another 4-win year. I mean, guys, again, I picked Carolina to lose this game in the preseason and win 6 ball games. So just because you lose, if I'm just saying if. I'm not saying South Carolina's going to lose Kentucky. That's what I'm saying. But if it happens, doesn't mean your season's over. Does not mean your season's over. But I can tell you this, your next 4 games, Kentucky, Troy, Vandy, Tennessee, or it's Kentucky, Troy, Tennessee, Vandy, whatever. You need to go 3-1. You need to go 3-1 in the next 4. So as long as you beat Kentucky or Tennessee, I'm Gucci with it. But you got to beat one of the 2. That's for damn sure. You got to beat one of the 2. Yeah, Kentucky is a good team, Taylor. You are correct. Kentucky is a good team. Yeah. Kentucky is a very good football team. They will beat us if we do not play well. That's I feel like that's stating the obvious. So. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Cody Gaskins, any change in the line for the Kentucky game? Great question. I actually looked at that right before we started. No. South Carolina is a 5-point underdog. That line has not moved. The over-under set at 49 in that football game. Set at 49. So do with that information what you will. The Rambling Redeem says, the fan base has to stay positive. Nobody wants to come play for a team whose fans are bandwagons and down-talk the coaches and players. We got to look up and trust the process. Spurs up. Yeah, trust what Shane's doing, man. Trust what Shane's doing. Tyler Noel, I don't think we lose to Tennessee or Mizzou. I wouldn't be shocked if we lost to Kentucky. That's fair, guys. I told you this in the preseason. I'll say it again. I think out of Tennessee, Kentucky, Mizzou, and Auburn, I think you go 2-2. I think you split those 2. Or split those 4, I should say. Excuse me. Stephen Moody Jr. says, Doty to start versus Kentucky or Noland? If Zeb Noland starts against Kentucky, I will take a hammer and hit my foot with it. That's because that's how I'll feel. So it's going to be Luke Doty. You can't go back. It's going to be Luke Doty. Great Bisbee says South Carolina 50, UK 30. Right. 50 points for Carolina. That would be something. Joseph says, here we go. Does the mask mandate affect the capacity Saturday night? No, I think it'll be a raucous environment, a packed house. No, I don't think that's going to stop Gamecock fans from coming to the game. And honestly, dude, I'll tell you this. Does anyone want to wear a mask? No, probably not. I don't know anybody. I don't think I've met anyone that's like, man, I really enjoy this. Dude, if a mask stops you from coming to the game, then, bro, and I tell you this, nobody, when you comment, I'm not coming, like, nobody gives a damn anyway. So, like, if you don't want to go, then don't go. I don't know. Don't go then. But if you do, order a mask off our website, and there you go. I mean, if wearing a mask will stop you from going to a Carolina game, this game, then you're probably not really a fan to begin with. Anyways, all right, cool. Let's see. 843-790-3377. Taylor says, I hope Zeb gets better because he can be a solid backup. Yeah, no, dude, I mean, absolutely. And with Luke Doty and his athleticism and getting outside the pocket, the one thing that scares you is he might get hit, might get out for a series or a half, or, you know, you need a good backup. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Tyler Noel, unfortunately, I don't have any Beamer Ball masks on me. They're on the store. Yes, they are on the store at tsus.store. I don't have any inventory. That's the only thing. I will tell you guys this, by the way, though. First thing, all koozies that have been ordered have been shipped out. They've all been shipped out. You will have them by this weekend, no question. They're out and about right now. So you might have them tomorrow, the next day, but you will have them by kickoff Saturday. The other thing is this. I will have koozies on me at the tailgate at Seawells. So if you guys want to come by and buy a koozie, you're more than welcome. I will have the koozies out there. I will have the koozies out there at the tailgate at Seawells. So, Joseph, we need it rocking Saturday night. So packed the country takes notice. An indictment on the fans that Willie B isn't respected the way it used to be. I know we all want a winner, but it's time. Yeah, you need a raucous environment Saturday night for sure. For sure. You really do. So you need a raucous environment. Hey, fans wonder how they could make an impact, right? Fans wonder how they can make an impact. Show up and be loud. Show up and be loud. Show up and be loud. Pack the stadium out. Support your team. Taylor Nobbins, your thoughts on Rashad Amos being redshirted. Is that confirmed? I mean, he hadn't touched the field. So, and for Rashad Amos, my bad, I messed up the last name. I mean, it's a packed running back room, man. The packed running back room. Again, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well, guys. In case you missed it, episode 500 did drop this morning. Talking everything with the Carolina-Georgia game, as well as Mike Gillespie of ABC Columbia joining me for a fantastic conversation, folks. Really, really exciting stuff. Mike, always a pleasure chatting with him, man. A really, really good friend of the show. Yeah, appreciate him. Seriously, it was a great conversation. We talk SEC football, of course, South Carolina and Georgia. And, of course, we look ahead to the Kentucky game this weekend. Let's see. Luke RJ, I saw you say that the 31-point spread was a sucker bet. Those late turnovers by us were big, 27 points. No, listen, I understand that. I said that, and then South Carolina ended up covering. It still was a sucker bet, though. I mean, Vegas was begging you to take it. Luckily, though, the Gamecocks did cover. So, Sholin, hot take. South Carolina is one of the best running back rooms in the SEC now for O-line to block. Yeah, and I'll tell you this. Everybody associated with that running game, including the backs, but, of course, the offensive line, those guys need to take it personal this week because you've gotten pushed around, and the run game hadn't been worth a damn. It hadn't been worth a damn. So, hey, our fan base spent the entire preseason complaining about, our running back room's not respected. Kevin Harris isn't getting the respect. This guy's not getting respect. Why does everybody hate us? Well, your running game hadn't done shit. So there's no reason right now to rank South Carolina's running back room as the best one in the SEC. So it starts with the O-line, but everybody involved in the run game needs to sit down this week and take it personal. Say, we are going to run the football. We're going to get better. Because it, takes everybody. Everybody's got to be better. Everybody has to be better. Carolina Titan Bell appears to be the better tight end in the group. Mew's body language started to get bad with a few mistakes Doty had when he first got in. I didn't notice the body language thing. Jaheim Bell needs to touch the football, though. I agree with you 110%. Michael Cavalier says people need to punt the brakes. Feel like we're going to improve as the season goes on with the offense and the D-line. It will only get better. Elvis Black, Chris, what player on the team do you think will be surprise player of the year at the end of the year? I'm going with Jaheim Bell. I said that in the preseason. I think Jaheim Bell could be the Kevin Harris of this season. Jesse Jacobs, Chris, I haven't watched the interviews. Why did Juju not see action and not much of Jaheim? Beamer said they wanted to get Juju some touches, and it just didn't happen. I mean, I don't know. Bill Cole getting past Georgia. Same thing this weekend. O-line's got to be better. Need to sit 52 and 54 for Kentucky. They whiffed on at least 2 losses. They just got to get better, man. They got to get better. Yeah, O-line. All the comments are the O-line, and I totally understand why. O-line. Keith says in the TDC question channel, what do you think of Marshawn Lloyd so far? Well, again, the blocking hasn't been great, but what I've noticed of Marshawn Lloyd, I think Marshawn is so focused on trying to hit the home run that, it's hampering his game a little bit. It's like, Marshawn, listen, we know you're capable of breaking it, right? We know that you are capable of, the long touchdown. But, man, just focus on being a productive running back. Like, all that dancing, that juking and jiving. It's like Corey Boyd told me on the podcast, all that juking and jiving is great, but when all else fails, gain yardage and do not lose yardage. That's it. Be a productive running back. You're going to run into the home run, but you need to hit some singles and doubles first. Chris Matthews, do you think we're talented enough to beat Kentucky? Yes. Yes, we are talented enough to beat Kentucky. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely we are. Greg Bedinger, Kentucky's the better team overall. With some breaks, we can win. That's from Greg Bedinger. What do you guys think? Are Gamecock fans ready to admit that Kentucky's a good team? I feel like most of the comments I've seen, people are just like, hammer South Carolina, we're going to win. Hammer South. Like, people have no doubt the Gamecocks are going to win. So, I'd love to know. Again, I know people got really tired of hearing me give Kentucky credit in the preseason, but yeah. Let's see again, guys. 843-790-3377. Tim Dorn, they are a good team, but they aren't much better than us. That's fair enough. Elvis Black, I'd take Levis staying on team. Levis is a good player. Levis is a good player. I tell you, you need Cam Smith back because they can throw it a little bit. Savannah Webster, I'm a logical fan. Yes, Kentucky's a solid team. Yes, absolutely. Bill Cole, Kentucky looked great against Mizzou. Do we know if Mizzou is any good? Great question. Michael Cavalier, how? Whoa. We good? Muschamp hackers trying to infiltrate the stream. No, anyways, yeah. I mean, listen, I understand what happened against Chattanooga. I feel like you could see that coming, though, guys. An emotional win the week prior, noon game. Kentucky kind of sleptwalked their way through it. Kentucky's not as bad as the team you saw against Chattanooga. I can damn near guarantee you that. Let's see. Yeah, got to face it. Kentucky's definitely progressed since Duke got there. There's no question. Key says maybe this O-line doesn't fit the OC scheme. I have no idea, man. It's doesn't make any sense. Joe Anders would like to see Doty with more design runs as the season goes. If he can be a threat to take off at any time, it will slow down the pass rush and open up holes to the backs. Yeah, I'd agree. I agree. Sholin, if you look at 24/7's talent composite, we're 22. Kentucky's 31. Tyler Knoll, blackout. Tyler Knoll, absolutely not. Big game Garner to bust. God, I can't believe people still want to do blackouts. I can't believe that. Yeah, Randall Mathis. Cam Smith did have a rough game. I'll give you that. Thomas Walker, I don't know. I don't see how anyone can give us any more wins without a doubt. Troy and Vandy, without a doubt, I don't know. I feel pretty confident in saying Troy and Vandy are wins. I do feel confident in saying that. J-Rock Media, Kentucky's a solid team, but we have the talent to win the game this week and hope we can take care of business. Again, we'll talk more as we go throughout the week. We'll say that. We'll talk more as we go throughout the week. I think it's tough for fans to grasp that, the recruiting rankings over the years say you're more talented than Kentucky. There's no doubt. But because of their development, I think the rosters, who has the better roster? Let's say that. Let's not say who has the better talent, who's the better roster. And Kentucky right now, top to bottom, I'll put it to you this way. At best, it's even. I think Kentucky right now might actually have a little bit better of a roster than you guys. They're a 5-point favorite at your building. There's a reason they're favored by 5 points. There's a reason they are favored. They must have a decent roster. Yeah, Taylor, Jalen Foster has quietly become our best defensive back. Isn't that something? J-Rock Media, what's wrong with the blackout, Chris? Are you now against anything other than big game Garner all white? I don't care if we wear black, but like the concept of a blackout, guys, how can you forget the last time we did a blackout when Kentucky came to town and we fell flat on our face? I'll pass. I don't know, man. We don't have a great history with blackouts. Put it that way. We do not have a great history with blackouts. That's my thing. We do not have a great history. The only things that need to be blacked out on Saturday are the fans. That's it. Just need to come out and ball indeed. Guys, quick reminder, like I said, episode 500 dropped this morning, breaking down everything from the weekend. Also, Mike Gillespie talking Gamecocks and Dogs, as well as the game this weekend against Kentucky. Also, koozies have been shipped. We've also got masks, net gaiters, everything you're going to need for this weekend. What else? TSUS tailgate this weekend at Seawells. Spots 93 to 96 at Seawells. Spots 93 to 96. Guys, we'll be out there around noon. Yours truly is going to SEC Nation, wherever that is. So we're going to be out there first, then going straight to the tailgate. Going to be one hell of a weekend. Thomas Walker says, which game left on the schedule could be Beamer's signature win for his first year? Well, I said Florida before the season. Florida looks pretty damn good. I tell you what, if you can win this one, and maybe you can win it convincingly at home by 2 touchdowns or more, I mean, maybe that's a game you look at as like, here's the changing of the tide, if you will. You know what I mean? So, Dylan Prothman, I think you know my brother Austin Cheshire. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, Cheshire, Prothman. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I know of them. Yes, good people. Luke RJ, why do you like 3:30 games so much? Because it's better than a noon game, Luke RJ. No, I kind of like, in the afternoon, middle of the day. I don't know. I like 3:30 kickoffs. I think that's a good kickoff time. Again, guys, we're sitting here 129, about to hit 130 here on a Monday, September the 20th, 2021. Guys, continuing to take your questions, your comments, your calls as well. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Like I said, guys, taking your questions, comments, and calls on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, what's up, guys? We're back. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Continue to take your questions, your comments, and your calls as well here on a Monday. Happy Monday. Carolina Titan says the Kentucky running back is legit. He talked a big game during the offseason. Has backed it up so far. The front seven will be challenged this game. Indeed, they will. Indeed, they will. Your front seven will be challenged. T-Noel says, big game Garnet or bust for the game. I agree. I agree. Would love to see it. Tylenol, I think the best upset chance we have this year is against A&M. Quarterback being out's hurting them. Also, Florida always plays Bama close. Dan Mullen's just a hell of a play caller, except on 2-point conversions. Yeah, they gave him a hell of a game. Sholin, any word on Sherrod Green's injury? Yes, Sholin, Beamer confirmed that Sherrod had surgery. And, I mean, guys, I'd be surprised he played another down this year. Cody Gaskins, Florida travels to Kentucky next weekend for a night game showdown. Could the Gators slip up and lose that game? It's possible. Certainly it's possible, no doubt. Thomas Walker, has any aspect of the team exceeded your preseason expectations so far this season? Maybe defensive backs. I guess against East Carolina, the DBs did, but honestly, Thomas, no, not really, not particularly. Everything's kind of went exactly how I expected. Exceeded expectations. Again, maybe the DBs, but I mean, I still view the DBs as a deficiency. I mean, I don't think it's a strength for us. I mean, if there are, and I said before the season, I thought we'd be better defensively just because you can't get any worse than you were a season ago. So maybe they're a little better, but I'll be honest, it's kind of scary that, I mean, everything's kind of gone exactly as I expected. Savannah Webster, wide receivers. My Georgia friend said we look good at wide receiver, believe it or not. I mean, we've had a number one emerge, no question, but no, have we really exceeded expectations at wide receiver and like it's been a shot? Not really. I mean, you figured we'd have one guy step up, right? One, but I know Jalen Brooks had the big catch. Maybe that kind of builds momentum for him to be a really good number two option. Maybe Dak Joyner gets it together. Maybe somebody else, but I still look at wide receivers as a weakness, to be honest. Yeah, so things have kind of gone how I sort of expected them. I mean, it's kind of, man, people, it's crazy. You do this every single day, and you do the Daily Crow every day and a podcast every day. It's kind of wild how sometimes you kind of know what you're talking about. I know it's kind of weird how that works, right? Shullin, Auburn fans are already starting to complain about Coach Bobo. Luke RJ, you were right about most of these players that transferred in on defense. I haven't seen Debo Williams in the game. Has he played at all this year? I haven't heard his name called once, Luke. Haven't heard his name called once. Taylor says, I would go a step further. Nothing has exceeded preseason predictions. Yeah, I mean, we're right on schedule. I mean, guys, we're right on schedule. So, we're right on schedule. 2-1. We're right on schedule, guys. So, again, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377 here on a Monday. By the way, guys, really quick update. We talk about our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Thanks to Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, we are giving away 2 tickets to this weekend's game against the Kentucky Wildcats. Giving away 2 tickets to the game. Section 8, row 15, seats 9 and 10. The giveaway is being run exclusively through Instagram. So if you're on Facebook and wondering where it is, it's exclusively through Instagram. Going to pick the winner Thursday at 5 o'clock. Thursday at 5 o'clock, we will pick the winner. A pair of tickets to this weekend's game. Again, appreciate our good friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm for making that a possibility. Appreciate them for helping us out. Going to be a really, really good time. So, going to be a really good time, and very excited to give those tickets away on Thursday afternoon, guys. Like I said, Thursday afternoon, we'll give those away. Rob Youngson, Debo played in the EIU game. Good to know. Good to know, for sure. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Like I said, guys, but, if you joined late, maybe you haven't listened to the podcast, whatever. simply put, the game over the weekend went exactly as I expected. Georgia, and here's the thing too. I think maybe it was easier for me last week to kind of accept the reality because I picked Georgia to win the national title. Like I fully believe Georgia's really, really, really good. So I think there were a lot of fans out there that did not want to believe that Georgia was a good team, and you couldn't be more wrong, to be honest with you. I'm surprised Bradley Kane has not called in today. He left a voicemail for the podcast, but he picked 31-28, and we tried to talk him off that ledge, and unfortunately he didn't come down. So it is what it is. But anyways. But I thought the game went exactly how I expected. They're just better than Utah at the bottom. The one comment that Bradley Kane did have that I totally disagree with, he said that the Gamecocks would have had a better chance had Zeb Noland not gotten hurt. And guys, anybody who watches us play and thinks that Zeb Noland is the best option for this team, not Luke Doty, is you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. But wow. Just wow. That's all I'll say. Wow. Travis Ward says, Tylenol, pace yourself. He threw a couple of good deep routes. So did Nolan. He also threw hard and behind Harris for an interception. Nothing intermediate. Travis, you really blame Doty for that pick? Harris flat out dropped the ball. I mean, I didn't think he threw like a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. I think Kevin Harris just didn't look ready to catch it, and he dropped it. John Gibbs, I think Big Blue is going to travel this week. Got to sell out and bring the noise. I'm sure Kentucky. Dude, they've won 6 of their last 7 against us. Kentucky's going to bring a crowd. Kentucky's going to bring a crowd. I'd be shocked if they don't, to be honest with you. Hey, I can tell you this. Masks ain't going to keep Kentucky fans out the stadium, so we need to show up. We need to show up. But yeah, I think this weekend provides a much better measuring stick type of contest for South Carolina. We'll really find out where we are this weekend. We'll find out what type of football team we have this weekend versus going up against a Georgia team where you were outmanned, total mismatch. We'll find out this weekend what we're all about. Luke RJ, what about the sack fumble for Doty? I think that's just a lack of playing time. He didn't feel the pressure. He was running for his life all night. So, he's just, got to do a better job up front, giving him time. My goodness. Travis Charles, what is Sherrod Green's injury? I don't know the specifics of it, but again, guys, he's definitely going to be out for the next month or two. There's no question. If he played another down this year, I'd be a little surprised, to be honest with you. The injury did not look good, so. I'd be a little surprised. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Courtney Washington said, I think Beamer said it was a broken ankle. Yeah, something's broken for sure because something snapped on the field. So, yeah. For sure. Shullen says, I missed the Green injury. For some reason, I thought the game started at 7:30. Well, dang, Shullen, you missed the first 30 minutes of the game. Good Lord. Yeah. Bottom line, Sherrod Green is out for quite a while, put it that way. So that's a tough loss. That's a tough loss, One of your linebackers, not exactly a strength on this football team. The depth is questionable. And, so Luke RJ, who was the slap dick of the weekend? Yeah, it's I forget the guy's handle, but the dude on Twitter that tweeted fire Beamer, he was the slap dick of the weekend. It just felt right. It felt right, honestly. So roll with that guy. Roll with that guy. Again, guys, quick reminder, this weekend, I'm sure many of you will be coming into town for the Kentucky game. TSUS tailgate at Seawells, spots 93 to 96. TSUS tailgate at Seawells, spots 93 to 96. Going to be a really good time. We'll be out there at like noon. We're going to be out there at noon, rocking and rolling all day long. Going to be a very good time. We'd love to have you guys stop by. Our tailgate gets rowdy, folks. Our tailgate gets rowdy. So we'd love to have you come out and enjoy and partake in the activities. It's going to be a bad day. Bad day to be a cold bush latte. Put it that way. Nick Shealy, I'm glad Doty got in and got the reps last weekend. Only reason he didn't start is because it wasn't until last Thursday he was able to get 11 on 11 reps. Since he got hurt, his timing was a bit off, but looked to progress as the game went on. Like you said, doesn't matter if we can't block. Blows my mind how bad our O-line's playing so far. Lack of tight end production is concerning as well. Well, I think teams are taking away the tight end. I think they know we want to go to the tight end, is my guess. They know we want to go to the tight end. So I think defenses are not stupid. D coordinators are not stupid, and they're taking that away. But, the offensive line's just got to get better. Carolina Titan, Cabo looked good. Time to get some young players playing time. Yeah, I like Mo Cabo a lot, honestly. I like Mo Cabo a lot. Courtney Washington, you're more than welcome to stop by the tailgate. Everyone is more than welcome. Everyone. Taylor Novinger, thoughts on Clemson? Do you think we have a chance late on the year? I know it's early, and a lot can change. I mean, I know we're all really enjoying how bad Clemson's looked this season because they have looked terrible. It's a ways off. I mean, I will tell you this, and I think I tweeted this, but it at least feels like, I mean, again, sitting here right now on Monday, September the 20th, it feels like right now this will be the best, most competitive Carolina Clemson game we've seen since 2015. So, for sure. I think this is the best chance you've had to beat the Tigers. It's the best chance you've had to beat them in quite a while. Yeah, you hate to see Clemson struggle. You just hate to see it. You just hate to see it. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. So just under 15 minutes to go here on a Monday. How many of you guys, I'm curious, how many of you guys are planning on being at the game this weekend? How many of you guys are planning on being at the game? I'm curious. Again, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Nick Shealy, have you ran a single screen all year? Seems like we would throw that in there some to help the O-line as well. I think we've ran like one or two. I don't know the exact number or anything. Cody Gaskin says he'll be there. Also, Wesley Newmar is going to be there. Meet you at SEC Nation. Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a good time, dude. This is going to be a heck of a week. Thomas Walker, yes, washing your wife's car. TSUS merch, the official merch of great husbands everywhere. Indeed. Love that. Sheldon says, if I live within 1,000 miles, then maybe I'd be there. Wow. Way out there for sure. Carter Bingham, I've never missed a home game in my lifetime. Really? How many straight games? And are you pushing Kirk's record? Bill Cole says he'll be glued to the TV. Very good. Yeah, it's going to be a fun week, man, and obviously culminating Saturday with the game and the tailgate. It's going to be a very fun week. Again, the goal of last weekend, or this past weekend, I should say, I really wouldn't looked at it like this, guys. The goal of this previous game was just get out of Athens and come into this week with positivity and hope and optimism and momentum. And I think we did enough things Saturday for that to be the case. I mean, I'm very fired up already for the Kentucky game. But I think we did enough on Saturday to have those positive feelings and continue to keep positivity and positive momentum and all those good things. So, you did do some good things on Saturday. There's no question. You did some good things. You did some good things. Cody Gaskins in the TDC Questions channel says, could Green take a medical red shirt and come back next year? I'm sure he could. Yeah. I'm sure he could. Carter Bingham says, nowhere near Kirk, been at every home game since the 97 season. Only 1 or 2 away games a season. Every home game, though, since 97. That is incredible. Thomas Walker, I'd be there. I'll be in Orlando. Might be the lone Gamecock fan in the ESPN bar. Thomas, you heading down like Disney World or something? How about it? Have a good time. Safe travels to Orlando and back. Sean O'Brien, biggest pro and biggest con from the past game. I mean, biggest con is the offensive line, bro. There's just no question. And that was my biggest takeaway in today's podcast that dropped this morning, episode 500, by the way. Go check it out. My biggest takeaway from Saturday, though, is like, okay, we can confirm now the offensive line is a problem. Like, the offensive line is a problem area. There's no doubt. Because, again, after week 1, we gave them the benefit of the doubt. After week 2, we said, playing down to our competition, whatever. But now, and I know Georgia's really good, give them credit, but now you say to yourself, okay, the offensive line is a worry going into this next weekend. Like there's just you can't sugarcoat it anymore. Biggest pro, honestly, for me, man, the biggest pro was just simply put Luke Doty getting in the game and retaking his place as quarterback number 1. That is the biggest pro. That is really where all my optimism comes from this week. Like I'm so excited that Luke Doty is our quarterback again. So excited for Luke Doty. Thomas Walker, Universal and Disney Halloween parties. There you go. That sounds like a fun weekend. Travis Ford says, the fact that Atkins has a job this morning is amazing. I mean, you think they're going to fire a guy for 3 games? They got to get it together, though. There's no question. They got to get it together on the offensive line, bro. They have got to find a way to get it together. There's no doubt. Yep, no doubt. It is it's absurd. It really is. It's absurd. So absolutely crazy. Again, guys, less than 10 minutes to go here on a Monday. Appreciate you all tuning in, taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well, guys. And like I said, thank you all so much, man, for the continued love and support. It's really cool right now in business. Like we just continue to, like I said, guys, it feels like almost on a daily basis we're setting new marks, hitting new milestones, setting records. We're going to shatter the all-time monthly downloads record. We're going to shatter it. It's not even going to be close. We're literally, we'll probably by end of day tomorrow, we'll actually surpass the all-time record. So, I mean, there's no doubt it's going to happen. But I just want to say thank you to you all again. Without you guys, without your love and support, none of this would be possible. And it's really cool right now with the business and seeing the growth. And, it's been doing this since January of 2017 and been doing it full time since August of 2019. And, we continue to grind, obviously, and get after it and work hard. And, but, this is like the fun time, I feel like, in the business. Like we've put in countless hours of work and great work and positive energy and value out in the universe. And we're still doing that, like I said, but it's like now it's like, this is kind of the fun part. You know what I mean? Like we're all just kind of enjoying it as we go. And it's like hitting all these accolades and upgrading things in the studio and opportunities to do live shows at Tin Roof and live shows at other places and interview. And it's just, it's cool. Very, very cool. But again, we keep pushing, we keep grinding, we keep getting after it. And, you're only as good as your last piece of content. So we're going to keep firing it off, folks. That's the fun part. So, but again, thank you guys. I appreciate it. It's really cool. Again, this is not just a me thing. This is a we thing. We are all enjoying it. We are all celebrating these successes. It's really dope. It's really, really dope. So again, thank you guys. You guys deserve all the credit. Thank you all for tuning in. Grover says we got a quarterback. If he stays healthy, big strides from Luke Doty. Yeah, for sure. Travis says, let's beat Kentucky's ass. Yes, God, that would be incredible. What a weekend it would be in the city of dreams if Carolina can find a way to take down Kentucky. What a win. Todd Smith. Thank you, Todd. Appreciate you, Todd. Thank you, Todd. See you Saturday. Hey, Todd, going to have a hell of a time, dude. I can't wait with the tailgate. Cannot wait. Like I said, guys, TSUS tailgate out there at Seawells, spots 93 to 96. Going to be a blast. Going to be an absolute blast. Cannot wait. Nan Martin, when's the show about football stars? I don't know when they're dropping it. I don't know. I don't know. That's a great question, by the way. They brought me on, and I've heard nothing since. So I've heard nothing since. We'll see. John Gibbs, biggest payoff from this past weekend for me was our wide receivers catching balls down the field. Sometimes you just got to throw it up and let somebody make a play. Doing things like this will attract those 4- and 5-star receivers. Yeah, I did enjoy that. I did like that. Shillen, yes, Justin King is still with the program. Yes. Daddy O used to party back in the day at the Tally Ho Club. Nice. Luke RJ, so you know who the backup is now. Your JB is now probably the number 2 guy. Unless it's Zeb Nolan, unless he comes back and he's healthy. But yeah, I mean, JB is probably the number 2 guy. You're right. If Zeb Nolan can't go, then yeah, I would say Luke or Jason Brown is definitely QB2. Yeah. Let's see. Wesley Newmar, where are you parking for SEC Nation since gates for the fairgrounds won't be open? Wesley, I don't park in the fairgrounds either way. I live down the street from Willie B, so I will walk to SEC Nation. I guess we're assuming they're going to be at Gamecock Park, right? I don't think they've actually officially announced where they'll be. I think that makes the most sense, though. You know, I actually went to SEC Nation in 2018 when they came here for the Georgia game. I actually went to that. So it's a cool thing. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I think it's a really, really cool thing. So. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Just a few minutes to go here on a Monday. Content is rocking and rolling. Stay tuned for it, folks. Content, what does he say? Content bleeding out the eyeballs. Bleeding out the eyeballs. So, appreciate y'all, man, for real. Appreciate it. Like I said, if you have not done so, guys, check out the podcast that dropped this morning. Episode 500. Really, really good show, breaking down everything from over the weekend. With the Georgia game. Also, Mike Gillespie of ABC Columbia did join me. Fantastic conversation. Really, really good stuff. Tanner Lane, if we somehow beat Kentucky, a path to 7 wins is very possible. I agree. Todd Smith, what time can you start parking? I have VIP parking passes to the black section. I honestly have no idea. I hate to say that, but yeah. Jimmy says, get Paul Feinbaum on TSUS and ask him why he hates on South Carolina all the time. I think Paul is just a very honest, blunt dude, and unfortunately, people don't like to hear it. So, Thomas Walker, I don't see us wearing anything but white, garnet white at home and all white away. That's totally fine with me. Daddy O says, trust Beamer. Sean O'Brien says, congrats on the recent accomplishments. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the love. Thank you. Thank you for always tuning in, bro. Engaging, being interactive. Appreciate that, for real. Cody Gaskins in the TDC Questions channel says, where are all the Zeb Nolanders at today? Been awfully quiet. Yeah. Sperminator says, the number of supposed fans criticizing and complaining about Shane's constant clapping was atrocious. If you think they don't print this shit out and show potential recruits, you're crazy. I mean, I'll tell you this, Sperminator, though, if a recruit wants to pick a school because of what a fan tweeted, I mean, come on. Who was complaining about him clapping, though? I didn't see that. John Gibbs, something also to point out was the coaching, excitement, and passion Shane was showing when the score was 40-13. We have our coach and we have our quarterback. Those who think otherwise, please go to another team. Bill Cole, thank you, Bill. Appreciate you, Bill. Thank you so much, Bill. On that note, what a note to go out on, by the way. Appreciate you, Bill Cole. Thank you so much for the continued love and support. Like I said, guys, podcast dropped this morning. We're back out at Tin Roof, of course. Giveaway on Instagram. All kinds of stuff. TSUS Tailgate Saturday. Everything's flying this week, folks. Content bleeding out the eyeballs. We're primed for a big week. Folks, thank you all so much for tuning in. We're about to hit 2 o'clock here. And again, guys, like I said, thank you. Episode 500 officially dropping today. What a blessing. Truly what a blessing. What an incredible, just beyond words, guys. And without you all, without your love and support, without you guys rocking and rolling with the content, rocking and rolling with everything we do, none of it would be possible. And I'll never take it for granted. You guys give me the ability to wake up each and every single day and do what I love to do and chase my passions and pursue my dreams. And for that, I say thank you all. Again, folks, have a great rest of your Monday. Appreciate you all tuning in, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.